What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're gonna be looking at a video from what it looks like TV. Um, ladies and gentlemen, we have scams going on. Oh yes. We have scams being scammed on people. We have people falling for the okie doke. Look at this.
And that's going around that you need to be aware of, and it's a good one. You're going to get a package delivered to your home. It may be a box, it may be a padded envelope. It will be addressed to you with your information on it, and it may or may not have a sender address on it. Cool, somebody has sent me something. You open up the package. Inside is a QR code that you need to scan to find out what your gift is. The instant that you scan it, you have handed over every single piece of information you have on your phone. And I mean
Hold on.
it will be addressed to you with your information on it, and it may or may not have a sender address on it. Cool.
Can I ask y'all a question? Who the fuck's just getting a random... Who the fuck is damn scanning just a random ass QR code that come in the fucking mail from a random ass person that you don't even fucking know?
Cool. Somebody has sent me something. You open up the package. Inside is a QR code that you need to scan to find out what your gift is. The instant that you scan it, you have handed over every single piece of information you have on your phone. And I mean everything. We're talking about your passwords, your text messages, your photographs, your emails, your banking information. Everything, including access to your cloud and local devices. And time may pass and you may think, oh, they didn't get me. I scanned the QR code, but I'm totally fine. Nothing happened. They may literally just be sitting on the access or monitoring your activity.
Or they could put in technical terms, they basically put a backdoor into your entire subnet. Basically, that's what they did. You scan the QR code, your phone is a access point, and that access point, they install backdoor into basically your entire Wi-Fi system, all your systems around your house. They'll install a backdoor into your systems. They'll pull anything. You log into your computer, you have backdoor access to the Wi-Fi router. They do, at least. That's basically what they do. The QR code is basically a Trojan horse. You scan the QR code, that Trojan horse gets uploaded onto your phone, sneaks its way into all your data. Then that backdoor gets installed into your Wi-Fi, and it spreads to each and every part of your system. So computers, other phones that are connected to the Wi-Fi, anything. That's how they do it. I just gave you a little bit of a tech tip of how they basically do this shit.
Scammers are becoming incredibly clever and finding so many different ways to access your information.
Let's take a look at a couple of new scams and a refresher on a couple of older scams that's still going around. What It Look Like TV.
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill. Here inside and we're comfortable. Let's go and look at a couple of various scams or text you.
If you get a text like this, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. The IRS is never going to call or text you like this. So we know this looks really, really real. They use very realistic looking links, and they even build websites that look like the official IRS file.
Well, let me give you a little bit of a lesson here. Anything that looks like this, you can automatically tell it's a scam by the way the URL looks. Because all of these different words and all this stuff, all this shit, you can tell. Like right here, irs.gov. And then you got an IP right here, 50-606 207-115. Then right here, cprapid.com /activity execute. That right there is an entire IP address, and then it's a rapid.com. That's how you could tell. Because you got .gov, you got all this shit. Because anytime you go to a government website, it's gonna be .gov /whatever /home or anything like that. Like right here, you can automatically tell. And if you don't know, just look at the IP address. If it looks like an official page, look at the IP address. Because anytime you log into go into a website, like say for instance like YouTube, you got https colon or what it is / www.youtube.com /watch ? Then the video link. Same thing with Facebook. https www.this and this and that reels / reels, all this bullshit. Same thing with this. www.designs.com /maker /podcast or logos /podcast, and it goes on and on. But right here, the link is in the /. It just goes to random ass numbers, and that's an IP address .cprapid.com, and then you got the / activity. That's how you can tell if something's a scam or not. I'm giving you a little bit of game right here.
Pages. It's really crazy. Look at this. And we have new data here at McAfee showing that these scams are increasing right now as it's time to file taxes. So please be wary and scroll safely. And remember, McAfee is always here to help keep you protected online.
Once again, the IRS will never call you or text you. And the IRS definitely will never ask you to pay them in some type of gift card. That's usually how they try to get you. They got the guy at my job. He sent these people $1,600 in Target gift cards because they said that he had some liens that he had to pay off by 4 o'clock. As soon as he gave him the last digit, they clicked on him and he acted surprised. I was telling him the whole time. But anyway, that day pissed me off.
You big dummy.
But anyway, man, we're going to move on to a new scam that they got going on out here. And when you see these kids asking for donations or anybody asking for donations, don't try to Cash App them, Zelle them, or anything, and never give anyone your phone.
Meanwhile, tonight, the NYPD releasing pictures of 4 young men wanted for a popular scam involving the money app known as Zelle. Police say the group approached a woman in Central Park yesterday, asked her to donate to a basketball fundraiser. The woman says when she agreed, one man offered to make a transfer on her phone and tried to drain her bank account. The circumstances are identical to a story we aired yesterday about a woman who was scammed out of $2,000 in Madison Square Park.
Okay, that right there, I got a question. If you're logging into your bank, why would you hand somebody your phone? Once you log into your bank, they got full access to control your entire bank. They can fucking transfer all your fucking funds over to their account through Zelle. Even though Zelle has a $10,000 limit per day, they can still do it. Why would you hand somebody your phone to put their phone number in or anything like that? That shit I never got.
Sad to say we're living in a world where them two nobody move on vital life. And they got this one lady and they pretty much just took her whole life saving.
Hello, I'm Lorraine, and I just want to talk about what recently happened to me. I was on my computer and I got this alarming sound which went off. Bum, 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 bum.
A virus has been detected. Caution.
And I was very nervous trying to turn the computer off, but the thing said, don't turn your computer off because it won't go away. Call this 800 number. So I ended up calling the 800. Don't turn your computer off. Very nervous trying to turn the computer off, but the thing said, don't turn your computer off because it won't go away. Call this 800 number. Went off. Bum, went off. Boom, 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 boom.
A virus has been detected.
Wow. Yeah, they really got her. Now, as you guys can see, I'm about to tell y'all something. I'm about to show y'all something. You can see right here. It looks like a regular, like it's installing the program. It looks like that. There's no reason to panic, though. Try to follow the given advice and links. There you have a file number, a file name. See, Windows System 32 dat. Then you got the malware name right here. Malware type. Trojan horse. This right here is what you gotta fucking look at. Malware type. Trojan horse. You should never in your life click anything. Just turn your computer off, take it to a IT specialist, or if you know what the hell you're doing, try to figure out the file. Right here is your file name, and try to delete that file. Typically, you get this by opening up unknown emails or stuff like that, or going to certain websites where they're putting ghost programs onto your computer. You got to be careful where you go. But right here, yeah, they got her ass.
Detected. Caution.
And
a virus has been detected.
Yeah, they really got her. Yeah, it was already installed on her computer. And right here is, yeah, it was already, adware was found. Yeah.
Caution.
And I was very nervous trying to turn the computer off, but the thing said, don't turn your computer off because it won't go away. Call this 800 number. So I ended up calling the 800 number. And behind that 800 number, this guy answered who informed me that my bank account had been hacked. And in the bank, they had charged my bank account over several thousands of dollars for child P. Now, you know what I mean? Doing things unspokenly, to children, that is a heinous crime. And I don't do things like that. So when the guy told me that, my bank account had been hacked and they had charged several thousands of dollars to purchase that type of material. And I was really like, oh no, that he said that I would be charged for because it came from my bank account, and that the federal government don't look, they're not going to look away on that. They're going to bring me up on charges, which would be felony charges. Felony charges for what? I don't do things like that. So, in order for me to get these charges off of me, this is what the guy said. I needed to take my money out the bank, and because the money had not been taken out of the bank yet, but they had charged it, but it had not been actually withdrawn. So I went out and he asked me, he told me I needed to take the money out. He said for me not to talk to my family. If anybody I talked to, that they would be charged with the same crime. They will also be a felony. And I mean, it was just a big, just getting my nerves worked up, because I know I had not been involved in anything like that. And
okay, so basically they tried to isolate her. The best way to handle a situation like that is to call your bank to see if there was any mysterious charges that was attached to your bank. Then the next is to call the authorities and see if next thing is to call authorities to report this scam. And then the next thing is to take your computer to an IT specialist and see if they can pull the file and see if they can do a back trace, or have the police do that and see who these people are. 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be able to figure that out, or they're not gonna be able to find out because they probably have VPNs, IP repeaters and stuff like that. But you might get lucky with one of these dumb sons of bitches.
And for me to talk to someone in my family and they all of a sudden become involved just because I talked to them about it, I didn't want to talk to nobody because he said don't do that because that's what's going to happen. Anyway, long story short, I ended up emptying my bank account because I was too afraid to talk to my family. So I followed all of the directions the guy gave me, and I truly emptied my bank account. And I don't know if there's any possible way I can get that money back, but I'm so devastated because I saved that money, over the years, and it was my retirement money. So you hear stories like that. You don't think you're going to be the one who's the victim, but yeah, I became a victim.
Yeah, they knew who they were targeting. They targeted an older black woman or older woman, and basically made some false charges or said that she was gonna get charged. Basically scared her. The first thing I would have did was call, because the first thing I would have did was call my bank and see if anything serious was going on, because I understand where she was coming from. She got scared, and that's perfectly understandable. She's not stupid. She's not any of that stuff. She did what anybody that was in that kind of situation would have probably done. But and that's what they bank on. They don't think that people that they're gonna be actually hip to what's really going on. And it's always them picking targets who are older for shit like this. And it's not right. And I do pray and hope that this woman will get her money back. I pray she do. Because she didn't deserve that. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. If you guys please support me on blackstarmerch.com. I'll see you guys on the flip side, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.